a super busy launch location. So when there is a launch that comes up, it's always great to see it here. We're going to quickly transition away from looking at the rocket. I know we want to see the rocket, but there is a look at the number of minutes following the launch, up to about 4 minutes after, where you will be able to see that path. That red line is the path that the booster will follow on its course, and if you can see there where the side boosters will cut off and separate just over 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes into flight. So if you were anywhere along the Santa Barbara, Ventura, Oxnard, Los Angeles, Long Beach, Santa Ana, all the way down even to San Diego and Tijuana, there is a chance that you could see this launch if you have a clear enough view. Keep in mind, it's going to be getting quite high, so you might just see a little orange streak. These would be a lot easier to see, of course, at night, but if you are along that coastline, take a look. You might actually be able to have a view of the last Delta IV Heavy launch from Vandenberg Space Force Base. Going back to a live view of Slick 6 there, you can see that Delta IV Heavy venting away. It is fully fueled, ready to go for today's flight as teams continue through their final checkouts in preparation for launch. Now, we are still in that T-minus 4 minutes and holding mark. We will be in there for another 31 minutes, but we will have some polls on whether they will resume the count or not, and then we'll have their final go, no-go for actual launch sequence. Donovan, is it true that as of March 2022, there will only be 3 flights remaining? Correct, and you were tuning in for the third last flight of Delta IV Heavy. This is the last flight out of California. The last 2 will take place in Florida, one next year, one the year after. We're going to be on site for both of those, bring you guys live coverage of that before we see this vehicle retire. Sad to see another kind of workhorse vehicle that really made the last 15, 20 years what we've been used to. We didn't see a lot of these. This is only the 13th or 14th one we've seen, but it's a quite recognizable rocket. And who doesn't like a rocket that just lights itself on fire before it launches? It kind of rises out of the flames like a phoenix there. It's kind of cool to see.
Status check to proceed with terminal count. First stage systems, propulsion.
Go.
Hydraulics.
Go.
Locks.
Go.
LH2.
Go.
Second stage systems, locks.
Go.
LH2.
Go.
Electrical systems, airborne.
Go.
Ground.
Go.
Facility.
Go.
RFFTS.
Go.
Flight control.
Go.
COM.
Go.
GC Cube.
Go.
Operation support.
Go.
Pneumatics.
Go.
Umbilicals.
Go.
HAZGAS.
Go.
ECS.
Go.
Red line monitor.
Go.
Quality.
Go.
Ops safety manager.
Go.
ULA safety officer.
Go.
Vehicle system engineer.
Go.
Anomaly chief.
Go.
Range coordinator.
Clear to proceed.
Launch director.
Launch vehicle is ready to launch.
Mission director.
You have permission to launch.
Proceeding with the count. ALC, verified T0 is set for 22:25:30 Zulu.
Verified.
L-minus 6 minutes.
Establish swing arm lock pins pull.
Active.
Polling is complete. The ULA launch team and the NRO mission director are go for launch. From T-minus 4 minutes until launch, you will be hearing Scott Barney guiding the team through the final steps in the countdown procedure. Several critical activities occur in the final minutes before launch, including verifying fuel tank levels and pressures in the port, center, and starboard boosters, and the DCSS, as well as arming the flight termination system. At T-minus 15 seconds, the launch table HBOs are ignited at the base of the vehicle to burn off excess hydrogen. At T-minus 7 seconds, the starboard CBC engine is ignited. At T-minus 5 seconds, the port and center CBC engines are ignited. Then, after seeing the Delta IV Heavy lift off, you'll begin hearing flight commentator Rob Kesselman providing launch vehicle ascent data.
50.
Second stage LH2 secure at flight level.
30.
Status check.
Go Delta.
Go NROL 91. Pisser start.
T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We have ignition. 2, 1,
Liftoff.
and liftoff of the last West Coast United Launch
Engine
Alliance
cooling water
Delta
on.
4 Heavy rocket carrying nrol 91 for the National Reconnaissance Office.
Vehicle has now begun the pitchover maneuver. All three RS-68 engines look good at this time. Core booster is now throttling down at the partial thrust level. And that core booster
You're
has now
hearing the
reached
voice
the
of
desired
Rob
partial
Kesselman
thrust
providing launch vehicle ascent data.
level. Parameters continue to look good. Vehicle is now 3 miles in altitude, 5 miles downrange distance, traveling at a velocity of 1,000 miles per hour. Engine parameters continue to look good at this time. Vehicle is now passing through max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. Mach 1, Delta 4 is now supersonic. Port, starboard, and center RS-68 engine parameters are within the expected operating parameters right now. The second stage reaction control system pressurization valve has opened. Delta 4 now 130 seconds into flight, flying at an altitude of 19 miles, downrange distance of 14 miles. Delta 4 has gone closed loop guidance. Vehicle body rates are as expected. Three minutes remaining in the booster phase of flight. Delta 4 rocket weighs now just 1/2 of what it did at launch, burning propellant at a rate of almost 5,000 pounds per second. 1 minute until port and starboard booster engine cutoff. Vehicle body rates are near zero. 30 seconds remaining now until the port and starboard booster engines cut off. And 2 minutes remain in booster phase of flight, 2 minutes remaining until BECO. Strap-on boosters are now throttling down to the partial thrust level. Engine response looks good. We've had strap-on booster cutoff and strap-on separation. The center core RS-68A is now throttling back up to the high power level. And now the upper stage fuel system has begun the boost phase fuel down sequence. Core engine chamber pressure continues to look good at this time. core booster is now throttling down in preparation for BECO. And we have BECO, booster engine cutoff. And we have stage separation, successful separation of the first and second stages. We're seeing the nozzle deployment begin on the upper stage engine. And we have ignition on the DCSS.